What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about crypto, obviously. Right now, we're in September. Shout out to those who celebrated Labor Day. I want to show you guys my screen first, but let's first see what the fear and greed index is for crypto. And by the way, if you notice, I make a lot of videos on similar topics. It's because you guys have to get a lot of this stuff ingrained and make it a second habit. I see a lot of people, they're like just done with the market, they're fed up with it, they're like, you know, just tired of it. And listen, I get it. I was talking to a Discord member because he said he was going through some things, and he's like, oh, I had to retire in crypto. And I know he's not alone. So the crypto fear and greed right now is 26. Fear. And a lot of investors are starting to realize or understand at the very least that people are leaving the market and that this is a time to buy. The majority of retail knows these are buying opportunities, but they won't take advantage for many reasons. Over leveraged, just tired of the market, which listen, I get it. If you've been in this market for, any period of time, maybe you came in after the bear market when we were buying dips like in 2022, all you're used to is seeing green, seeing the bull market, go on. Bitcoin hit 74K, and you just see the roller coaster going up. A lot of people like when the roller coaster goes up. You go to an amusement park, you're like, yeah, you're putting your arms up, and then as soon as it goes down, you're like, what the hell's going on? You're afraid, right? So it's probably not the best analogy because some people on roller coasters do enjoy going down. It is what it is. But when it comes to crypto, people want to be there for the good and they want to leave for the bad, which is unfortunate because you can't do one without the other. You can't be there for the good times and not be there for the bad times. Otherwise, you can't buy low, sell high. When you're buying low, what are you doing? You're buying when no one else is buying. You're buying when the market's boring. You're buying when the market's flat. You're buying when there's fear in the market. You're buying when your neighbor doesn't know crypto. You're buying when your fellow crypto peer is saying, I'm leaving. I've had people that reached out to me that have been in this market longer than me, 2021, 2020, 2017. And even they're like, yo, John, I'm feeling a little burnt out. And my advice to them, like I gave to my Discord member, is listen, turn it off for a little bit. It's okay to take a step back. This is why you can't make crypto your life. Even for me, I have a membership in crypto. I do this full time in crypto. I invest in crypto. This is not my whole life. I go to the gym. I read books. I see my family. I see my friends. I watch TV. I watch sports. I just do other hobbies. I play chess. Because if you focus too much on one thing and that's not your full-time job, or even if it was, but it's not giving you so much satisfaction at all times, you're going to hit the wall at some point. You're going to hit that breaking point. And the last thing you want to do is put in all this work into something, get so close, and then all of a sudden pull the curtain back and say, okay, I'm done. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people right now before this bull cycle, the real one, even takes place. They're like, I'm leaving. They'll be back. They will be back. And this is the thing, right? Unfortunately, I say fortunately, we need people like this to leave because this is how we make money. And this is what I was saying since the start of my channel. People, they laugh. They go, oh, you're stupid. You're leaving now. And then all of a sudden you draw this out long enough. And the same people who are pointing fingers, laughing at their friends for dropping out of crypto are the same ones dropping out. That's why I say, time and time again, this is a marathon. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. This is not just a simple hurdle. If it was that simple, how many millionaires would we see out there in the world? A lot, right? Why do you think there's so few millionaires? Why do you think the average millionaire is around 50 years old? Because the majority of people realize with experience and wisdom and making the solid choices with discipline day in and day out, regardless of how they feel, is the only way they get to where they want to go. If you want to be different than where you are right now, or in a class of people that very few can get to, guess what? You have to make choices that go against your average thinking. The average person is programmed from a young age. Go to school, work for the man, work a job, get in college debt, contribute to a 401k and retire in your golden years when you're old and you're brittle, and enjoy the remaining years on Social Security. And any deviation away from that is looked down upon. Business and crypto investing, it's different. It takes you out of your comfort zone. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's more work. It's challenging. See, a lot of people, they want the easy road out and not realize if you want to be in the top 1%, top 5%, top 10%, you're not doing what the average person's doing. What are the average investor doing right now? Walking away. Best analogy I always say, right? We're in the ocean. Sometimes the ocean gets choppy. Sometimes it's calm. Sometimes it's fun. Right now, we're in this choppy stage. And maybe you're not in the water. Maybe you're like 1 foot out. You're on the sand. You're kind of watching us have fun and splash each other. Or maybe you are like your friend and you're at that beach house. You walked away from crypto, or you're about to. You're on that street walking, to your front door. And you're like, I'll come back when the weather's nicer, when the ocean is calmer. But what does that mean for crypto? That means when the prices go back up. So how are you going to make the 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100x if you're leaving during the times of buying those discounts to get those multipliers? You see how there's a direct correlation with how you think, with how you act? It's not about trying to know it all and be 100% comfortable all the time. It's about knowing what you have to do, even if it goes against how you feel in the moment. It almost feels like you're an imposter because everything inside of you is saying, leave, be safe, be comfortable. Just go back to your old ways. Meanwhile, and you're being told by me or whoever else you're watching, listen, this is what you have to do. And you're not hearing from somebody who hasn't achieved it. I went from making very little money to buying crypto when no one else wanted to, when I was seeing maximum FUD, and making life-changing gains before this bull cycle even started. Okay, you're not talking to someone that's just talking the talk and not walking the walk. It's a switch that goes off in your head. And when you realize that this is a transformation you have to undertake, it doesn't feel as bad or uncomfortable as you initially thought, because in the back of your head, if you stay the course, you will make it. And that's where the majority of people right now are missing out in crypto. It's because confirmation bias ain't doing it anymore. They're just looking at any chart in crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, like, it hasn't moved in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or 6 months or even a year in some case, and they're tired of it. One of my most controversial calls that still gets hate to this day is Art Block, ABT. Art Block, we'll pull it up here real quick. This is my most bullish crypto aside from Caspa, but it gets the most hate. And a lot of it is from influencers who, want to have different opinions. It's totally fine. Don't care. But this is one that I got hate for way back when my channel first started, because it was in the red for so long, which is probably how it feels like to you right now for the overall crypto market. Maybe your portfolio is like this. Not to laugh. I mean, it is what it is, right? But see, people, they want to leave here and they want to buy here. That's why the majority of FUD you're seeing in Art Block is the people who bought here. They're like, oh, it's a pump and dump. No, it's not. You just bought the all-time high because you waited so long. Meanwhile, the majority of us bought here, right? And also here. I've been DCing into Art Block. I haven't bought recently, but I bought it a few times when it broke this dollar, sub $2 range. And this has come from somebody who bought it as low as 7 cents. So sometimes you DCA up, sometimes you DCA down, sometimes you buy the dip, sometimes you're stressed, or in this case, you're stressed a lot, especially like, again, if you're working a job, you're gonna feel stressed. I told you guys, this is not a 1, 2, 3 quick fix. When I was working my job, security, I was working 16-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, and it wasn't like it was a chill job where I was just collecting a paycheck. I was going hands-on a lot. I was fighting people. It was stressful. Sometimes you're really busy. Like, it wasn't a safe job per se. I was really, working to make money, and it wasn't a lot of money. And, when you factor in, I was, working like that, and then I was in school for x-rays, studying and, failing tests, but I was studying my ass off. It was a sacrifice that I had to make. And I wasn't even going out, to de-stress because I had no money to do it. It was all going into crypto or my bills. So take it from me, somebody who was stressed out. And even today, right? This is no cakewalk. I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, it's so easy for me to see this, but I understand it's part of the process. And that's what you have to understand. The journey is not about trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel on day one. It's about staying the course, walking through it, and knowing if you go in the right direction, you'll eventually find the end of that tunnel, which in this case is riches, financial freedom, whatever that means to you. And you don't have to go for that moonshot your first cycle and become a multi-millionaire. Okay, some of you just want to go part-time in your job. You don't need millions to do that. You just got to get started. Again, you want to make the 100x? Fine, cool. Go for the 5x first. Hell, even a 2x is good. A 2x in stocks takes 10 years. Can you wait 10 years? Probably not. A 2x is very doable in crypto. Very doable. That's why we're all here, right? Because it's faster than stocks. Go for a 2x first, then a 5x, 10x, 20x. Eventually, you'll hit the 100x, but you'll realize too when you hit it that not every crypto becomes 100x. And that's, maybe you see it all the time on YouTube. You get these outrageous price predictions. They're just hype because they want you guys to hold your bags to that price so they can sell and be comfortable knowing that you're going to hold their bag. Fish eat, fish market. Thank you for your money. It's a wealth transfer, right? Thank you. You're buying, someone's selling. You're selling, someone's buying. There is no like you just sell and it just goes in thin air. Someone is buying what you're selling and someone is selling what you're buying. It's not about trying to know and get in everyone's head. It's about just understanding this is part of the process. Welcome to investing. The same happens for stocks. Even gold. Same happens for gold, right? If you're going to buy anything, whether it's securities, stocks or crypto, commodities, you got to understand the mentality of how it works. There's a fear and greed index for a reason because the market is so emotional that it literally dictates the price, which is why you always see the market dump in fear and go up in greed. It's just how it works. That's why we had the news out there. That's why the news is so popular. Not to go down that rabbit hole, but when we had COVID, what happened to all the investments, all the risk on assets? It tanked. Right? What happened to the economy? It tanked. Hence why they had the stimulus checks come out. What happened after COVID? One of the best bull cycles we had, which I wish I was there long enough to buy those discounts, but I couldn't. I was working during COVID and it was so stressful and I had no time to focus on anything else. But I wish. But again, what happened? The market recovered. What's going to happen now? The market's going to recover. Whether you believe it or not, whether you are being told that or not. Which again, also be careful who you're watching, right? I don't care if you watch me and 20 other YouTubers, just keep in mind that everyone has different agendas. Some are genuine, some aren't. Some are going to tell you one thing, some are going to tell you something else. It is what it is. None of us have crystal balls. You just got to factor in what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and apply it to your situation best. That way you can capitalize. A lot of this is just being aware of what's going on. Not knowing every answer, but being aware. You can make the best decisions. So you can make the most amount of money. That's what this is. It's not about being 100% sure of yourself. It's being confident enough that you know you're making the right moves, even if it feels like you're not. Again, discipline. That's why I love that word discipline, because it doesn't entail that you're feeling good while you're doing what you have to do. It entails that no matter how you're feeling, you know you have to do it to get to where you want to go, which is the top 5%, top 1%. So I know we didn't talk about many specific crypto. Art Block's just a great example because it was one that was a life-changing call for me. It was one that got hate. It got confusion. Oh my God, an old crypto pumped. What the hell happened? There's still influencers still confused about it. Just like there's still ones that are hating on it because it's a quote-unquote old crypto. It has been one of the best performers and will continue to be one of the best performers this cycle. Mark my words, you will see it happen in due time, regardless of who's telling you differently. This is why you have to be your own investor. Who cares what I say or someone else says? It's what you care about, what you think. Just want to keep this video somewhat short. I know I go on a rant a lot. You guys see it in my live streams. But again, Do what you have to do, regardless of how you feel, and work with what you have. No matter how small the amount of money you have, no matter how much little time you have to spare, no matter how stressed you feel. And best of all, or most importantly, if you feel like it's too much, take a step back, have some outlets, go to the gym, spend time with your family, your friends, your dogs, your cats, whatever. Go for a walk. Don't make this your whole life and let it bring you down. Make this a part of your life to where you feel good, to where you're not always constantly stressing yourself out. That's the most important tip of all. And if you want to, talk to me, reach out to me. See your crypto, I'm buying, selling, trading next. I will be buying more crypto soon. I've been cashing up. I've been watching the dips, but I will be buying soon. If you want to be part of my private live streams, my Q&As, you want to see my profit taking course, it's all a part of your Discord membership. If you want to join, I'll put a link in the pinned comments down below. It's also in the description. But anyways, now I want to hear from you. What has been your biggest turnaround moment so far in crypto? And what is your ultimate goal for the end of this cycle? Drop your comments down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you next time.